Hey guys, my name is Hooded, and this is my second time doing match commentary, and this is a best of 5 set between my Ryu and MyQuestForPower's Kirby. MyQuestForPower is a friend of mine who came over today for a training session. We decided to do a best of 5 set and record it. He's a player who plays like Melee and PM. This Smash 4's brand new to him, yet he's picking up really fast with Kirby. So, I mean, don't judge too hard on his part. I'm not saying he gets wrecked or anything. He actually does very well. He's a really good Kirby and he's a really good player. He's very smart about how he plays, and that's just some background. So I'll start out with talking about the matchup a little bit. Kirby and Ryu is probably not a match you're going to see in grand finals of any tournament soon, and I wouldn't expect it to even be seen often in bracket, but try to take what I'm saying and attribute it to your own character, versus Ryu or Kirby. I'm going to try to explain some options that I take or maybe that he takes. I'll talk about his options a bit more in regards, because we have very different playstyles. He tries to take like the optimal approach and options to combat what I'm doing, while I'm very free floaty, trying to be fancy. It's just my playstyle, and it's something you're going to see in this match. So talk about the matchup first. Kirby versus Ryu. I haven't had days upon days to think about this, but I'm going to say that the matchup is 50-50. I believe this because there's many different factors that shift it one way or the other, and I think that if played right, either one of them can take these advantages and force them in their favor. For instance, Kirby can keep Ryu in his combos very easily. Ryu is a fast faller, he's a heavy, so he's not going to escape anytime soon from up tilt combos and the up airs and whatnot. And the opposite is true for Kirby. Ryu can't really keep Kirby in up tilt locks, he can't really keep him in his combos very well. Kirby's very floaty, he has multiple jumps, he can get out of that. It's not insanely hard to get out of that. So the problem becomes who can rack up damage faster. And you think that, okay, well, the person who can combo them better is the person that's going to rack up the damage, and the person that's going to get the kill. But that's not necessarily true in Ryu's case, because he's a character who doesn't even need to combo to rack up damage. He has insane damage output. If I land even 6 fairs, that's 80%. I already have Kirby in kill percent for an input Shoryuken. And that's truly insane. I expect a nerf on the forward air damage soon. It does like 13%, I think. Anyhow, so they both kind of struggle with the same thing, but they cover it in different regards. They're both going to rack up damage on each other. You see that we're both like even percent right now, and we just kind of trade back and forth. Neither of us are on top of each other. Kirby can get like the edge, or Ryu can get the edge in combo, but they both have even options to combat each other. That was really nice back air off stage. He's noticed I was doing those focus attacks off stage to recover, and he called me out in it. So what I do want to talk about, though, is that Kirby's very small, and that's something that a lot of people have trouble with when they're playing small characters, is that his body actually contorts in certain locations. One of the most notable is that when he lands with an attack, like forward air or back air or something, his body will literally smush to the ground, and if I'm trying to shield grab him or like focus attack, for instance, punch him or whatever, he'll contort to the ground and just completely dodge my attack. My attack will whiff, and I'll get punished. It's something very annoying, but it happens often, and it's something to be aware of when you're playing someone like Pikachu, Kirby. They have these small hurt boxes, and it's really hard to get around. So when I'm playing Kirby, I kind of have to really be careful about when I grab, when I go for something. I have to watch his hurt box and see when it's like normal size and when I can get a punish or not. That's the end of the game, because I was stupid and I focus attack backwards because I thought I still had Tatsu or something. That was just a dumb way to end it, but that's game 1, and I think I covered the matchup. So now we are on to game 2, and I'll talk a little bit more about the game this time rather than the matchup, so we can focus on what's going on, what options are being taken. This is the space game. This is a neutral, so what Ryu tends to do in neutral is try to find approach options, because Ryu doesn't have anything safe on shield. He's a character who has commitment issues, we'll say. He kind of has to commit to his approaches, and they're all unsafe if someone shields it and reads what you're going to do. But in neutral, Ryu's going to want to FADC around, kind of make mix-ups happen, or throw out Hadoukens and force an approach. Besides that, Ryu kind of has to rely on some full hop mind games and landing with fair or jumping up with nair. He's got a pretty shitty neutral, but once he gets in, he has a really good combo game, so it makes up for it. So you see I'm moving around the FADC. It's a really, really good mix-up. I recommend it to all Ryus. I have not seen any other Ryus use it the way I do, or as much as I do. Or even like aerially. I don't know. I don't see any Ryus using this move, and it's so good. I love it. It's my Pikachu equivalent of quick attack canceling. It's just a lot of fun. You get to move around and change your momentum, be reversing it. So there's a spike. Spike is a really weird hitbox on it. It's very specific on where you get it. Like sometimes you may even think you got it, but it just sends them forward. It's very finicky. Now this is something that MyQuestForPower likes to do a lot. I guess since Melee PM, he likes to re-grab the ledge. So I try to call him out on it, and I'll usually go for like an attack where I can hit him as if he's going to jump up. I almost got an airlock there. So basically, if someone misses a tech with Ryu, you may have saw it in the Nair Stool video, 2 videos previously. If you hit somebody with a Nair on a missed tech, it has to be a sour spot, which means you hit them after the initial first active frame, so that becomes a weak hit. If you hit them with that when they miss a tech for 60%, then they'll get locked into place and they have to do a normal getup, which is where a lot of Ryu's long combos stem from, around missed techs and jab locks with them. I recommend you look up a video on jab locks if it still didn't really come across all the way. But yeah, Nair's a really, really good move. It jab locks, it combos into every single direction and so many moves in different situations, whether it's sweet spot or sour spot. It's a very good move, and it has very many unexplored uses to it. So I have him off stage right now. I'll talk a little bit more about the game. That was a really, really weird hammer, but I guess he was just kind of fooling around. FADC back on stage, missed my forward smash. Kirby's hurtbox so low. I may have gotten that if that was someone like Captain Falcon. Good back air. Now, he's had a lot of trouble punishing my recoveries since Ryu has a much better recovery than people like to give him credit for. He's got 5 different ways to recover, and that's people overlook that. They think he just has like Tatsu and Shoryuken, but basically you can use Tatsu, you use Tatsumaki, and that's your sideways recovery. You usually want to use that right away when you get hit off stage, because you can save your jump and you recover a lot of horizontal distance. You can use the short version of it or long version of it, depending on how far you are. You can also use focus attack canceling, dash canceling. You go forward more, or you can use it to go back to mix it up. You can use Hadouken to stall your vertical recovery coming down. It'll make you get pushed. You can push yourself a little bit forward as well as stall your vertical momentum going downwards. You also have Shoryuken, and then you have your jump. So that's 5 different ways to mix up your recovery and keep it fresh at all times. And you can go so far into the stage, and as long as you have a jump Shoryuken, you're gonna be fine. So I think that it's kind of going to be hard to edge guard Ryu as well as people like to claim it is. They like to say it's a very gimmickable recovery, but it's not really. So there's the call out. He lets go of the edge, and I go for the dare. I tried to get it again. I thought maybe he'd do it again another time. No dice though. There's a nice back air out of shield. So that's what I'm talking about. In neutral, if Kirby plays his cards right and he just waits, he can pretty much cover me when I go to attack. That was a bad Shoryuken. I've had a lot of bad inputs these games. Also, just in general, I need to practice my Shoryuken more. It's kind of a downfall of my play. But that's game 2, and let's take a jump cut to game 3. Don't listen to that last hooded. This is a real hooded. This is 20 minutes later from that last jump cut from game 2. This is game 3, and this time we are going to talk about more of the actual in-game, what's going on, what's happening at the moment. Something I'm failing to do. Alright, so down throw. We watch, see that Ryu doesn't really have a lot of options from down throw. If you get down throwed by Ryu, know that your best option to do is to DI away and to jump right away. Ryu kind of doesn't have any guaranteed follow-ups from down throw, and that's the only throw that actually sets up like reasonably. Up throw at low percents can kind of set up for a juggle, I guess, but down throw is the most reliable for setting up at like good angles for neutral air, forward air, up air. Basically, if you don't attack right away, if you have a slow aerial, he's going to beat you out with an air, forward air, up air, etc. If you jump away, he may clip you, but odds are if you DI'd right and you jump away, you're going to be fine. And if you air dodge, you risk air dodging into the ground and getting punished for it, or him reading your air dodge. So the best thing I think to do is to jump away right away and try to evade any attacks coming. And if he do get you, they're going to clip you. It's not going to be much damage. Better than any follow-up where they bring you back to ground for tilt combos, etc. So let's talk about the SD. That was I just kind of Tatsu'd off stage. That's again missed button inputs. It's something that all Ryus have right now, because you can accidentally twist your tilt stick one direction and you accidentally doing like a Tatsu off stage or up B the wrong direction or something. And it gets better with time. I'd imagine I've fixed a lot of the usual ones, like where I'd try to focus attack a different direction. I Tatsu off stage. I don't do that anymore. Same thing with like sure you can in certain instances. You fix different problems by knowing why they happened in the first place. So some of these missed inputs I still need to figure out why I'm actually doing it, and then I'll be able to fix it. There's the up B spike. You really have to be careful when you're messing with Kirby on the ledge, but at the same time you can't let them just not like get punished for re-grabbing an edge. You can't let anyone get unpunished for that. You have to be on the lookout, and when they do that, you have to punish them. Like right here, I ledge trump him. I have to go out. I have the advantage right now. I'm looking for him to grab the ledge, and I miss my punish there. But you have to keep pressure on them. It's kind of hard to ledge guard. Missing my back airs on him. But good focus attack. I try to go for the dare, hit confirm. That's a true combo, but it registers a true combo in training mode. But in real gameplay, focus attack level 1 is the one that pops him up in like a weird arc. It has so much hit stun time that you can easily like DI in any direction that you want. So it has so many directions that you can DI that Ryu kind of has to react on reaction to seeing which way you go and what he can do afterwards. He pretty much has a guaranteed follow-up either way you DI, but different options become more apparent. I think if you DI up, give the best option, then he can just up air you, and that'd be that. And he might even miss. The best option would be to get in air and bring him back to ground, as it always is in Ryu's case. He went for an up smash read, and I was stupid enough to just do a regular stage get up into it. I was going to go for a Shoryuken. I missed my punish on that. When you focus attack level 2 or 3, which is a longer hold or the full hold, and you get it on someone who's aerial, it has a similar stun effect to whether like Zero Suit Samus, if she hits with like stun gun or down smash, it has that same stun effect where it'll keep them in place and then they're going to get launched forward, and depending on their percent, it'll launch them a little bit farther. So focus attack level 3 can kill a certain percent off stage or in the air. But I was trying to look for the down air off of it, which is something I practiced, but not too much, so I kind of missed it. A better option probably would have been Shoryuken off of that, but that punish will get better with time. And the back air off stage is going to finish off the match, and that is game 3. So game 4, MyQuestForPower is 2-1 on me right now, and he counterpicks Duck Hunt. My thoughts on Duck Hunt as a player. Duck Hunt is a map with a lot of space. It's very flat. The platforms aren't very advantageous unless you have a very cheesy option like, say, Kirby's up throw or Rob's up throw. I think both of them are up throws, where they can take you to the tree and then smash you and get early kills. And that's probably why I counterpicked the map, to be honest. But I'm kind of okay on this map, and I think Ryu does okay on this map as well. He can control space with Dukeins. He can kind of, use the space to his advantage. Though I'm not that kind of Ryu player. I like to be more aggressive and kind of make my own approaches rather than making them force their hand to make their approach. So I don't make very good use of the space, as would another Ryu. They would probably make better use of it. Right now he's trying to cheese me out. He's fishing for a grab up there because he's trying to be a little cheapo. But yeah, and soon he'll stop in 20 seconds after I nag him too. It's something you gotta be careful about. It will happen in tournament, so you gotta be careful of not banning maps like this, where stuff like this can happen. Very cheesy. For instance, Little Mac on this map, he can't actually jump to that tree. Something pretty silly. He can't reach the tree unless he up Bs to it. So if you're against Little Mac and they do not ban Duck Hunt, it's their fault. Because you can literally just wait up there, wait for their up B, and then punish it and send them right back down. So it's silly, but it's there. There's a down throw again. You see he just jumped away, air dodge. He got out of it pretty easy. This match had some really good reads, and I kind of want to highlight those. I think the next two stocks had very nice Shoryuken kills, and they're both very nice punishes and confirmed kills, I think. That's a nice forward air, gets a heavy hit, 13 damage, just like that. Neutral air to forward tilt. He's using some nice returning to stage mind games, and the back throw did kill. I thought he was going to do up throw, which wouldn't have killed at that point, so it was kind of silly for me to think that I was supposed to DI right for that. If Kirby throws you up facing that direction, you're going to go straight up, so you want to DI to the right. But he back threw me, and I was DIing straight right, so I went straight out of bounds. Landing fair, and there's a Shoryuken. That is a true combo, and one that's kind of hard to land if you don't have your input practiced. It's sour spot fair, which pops him up just a little bit, and that's like any percent. It's like the same. It's almost set knockback, but not entirely. It still has a knockback scale on it. Landing fair, told you it does 13% damage, and it's fairly safe since there's a lot of shield pushback. And there's the nair to Shoryuken. That's a sour nair Shoryuken. Something you'll see 9B. 9B is Japanese Ryu use. It's a really nice setup, and it's a true combo. So on to game 5. This is 2-2, and I brought it back, and now we're going to Final Destination. This is his counter pick since I did ban Duck Hunt as well as Dreamland, I think. I don't like Dreamland so much. It's very gimmicky, and it's something I don't like to risk with like getting pineapple, which means that you get stuck under the bottom of it, kind of looks like a pineapple. And with Wispy kind of blowing at me, I don't really like to risk that map very much. So you see me going for the dares and stuff. Dare and fair are both really good combo starters. They're both pretty dangerous on landing though, so you have to be really careful. They also have good shield pushback though, so it's decent. But you really have to be careful of that. He's trying to go for a hammer read on the roll, but missed it. He did a little bit too much in the air. I tried to go for an input Shoryuken when I rolled on, but messed up and did Tatsu instead. That was a short hop, focus attack dash cancel on the Shoryuken as an anti-air, but not going to do anything now. I was looking for the better hit on it. The closer you hit to Ryu's hand when he's doing Shoryuken, that's going to be whether you sweet spot it or not, and if you sweet spot it, that's what gives him like the huge knockback on it. If I hit him there, see like right there, that's a sweet spot. That's when I hit him right in my fist. That's going to send him very high up. That's like, that was just normal up B. I didn't even use input. It just sends them up very high if you get them right in the sweet spot of it. If you miss it and it hits a frame after that, then it's not going to hit them back that high, and if they're at like 160%, it won't kill. Now right now I started to realize that Hadoukens kind of stop Kirby's recovery very well if he's using it at stage level, because it has like a stall about it. If Kirby uses up B, he waits a second and then he goes for the up B, and even then you can still hit him out of it. Something to be mindful of when you're playing Kirby is just kind of throw projectiles at him when he's recovering, or try to get behind him and go for a stage spike on him. He tried to go for the back air on me again, I think. Same thing he did in game 1, where he's looking for me to recover the systematic way Ryu does sometimes, which is Tatsu into focus tag dash cancel forward and what have you. Right there, I was trying to go for the Shoryuken to finish up the stock while I still had stock lead on him, but I got too overcommitted and I missed it. Doesn't matter, I got it there. Now I have a full stock lead on him, so he needs to rack up damage and get the kill, which is something that could be a little hard if I have the momentum going my way. But he's getting the up tilt string, keeps it going, but I get out with the focus attack. Like I said before, it's frame 1 and vulnerability, which means that as soon as I press down B, first frame, right away, invincibility comes out. And it's very fast, and it can get you out of some sticky situations like that. Gets you out of combos pretty easy sometimes. But you know, if they're multi-hit, then they'll be right through you. So I'm trying to just rack up damage right now. I'm trying to be safe, but at the same time, I just want to kind of see what sticks. I want to keep my momentum going. If I can get a lot of fairs or some good clean hits on him, then I can finish up the game. I got a little ballsy there and went for full focus attack level 3. Because that would have sealed the game. Focus attack level 3, focus attack level 2, and I would have had a Shoryuken to kill him. Right now I have my kill percents for Shoryuken, and I got it. He hit me back, I rolled back tech, and then I just got the input Shoryuken and tried to dash attack me. It's something I see Emblem Lord do. He likes to tech in place and then Shoryuken when you try to rush him. And Shoryuken's something I really have to practice more, but it's very useful in certain situations. Anyhow, thanks for watching. This has been my matchup commentary, and I really appreciate the feedback on the first one. There was a lot of positive reception for it, and I'm just glad you guys all enjoyed it. So I hope you enjoyed this one too. Thanks.